Hello, LBE students and families. Today is Thursday, April 2nd, 2020.
Today is day 6 of homeschooling.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Ready? Salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated.
All right, our math problem of the day. It has to do with cubes again.
It
right?
does. All right, so taking a look, it says draw the blocks in the diagram to make the fourth step.
Okay, so I drew the diagram just like it is on here. So if I had to add a fourth step, I need to be able to draw that on here.
Yes. Right. But it doesn't say necessarily where you have to or where you think you need to put that fourth step. So how many blocks in all are needed to make a staircase with 5 steps? How many blocks does it take to build just the 12th step? How many blocks in all are needed to make a staircase of 10 steps? And then, if you really want to challenge your brain, a staircase has 105 blocks. 105 blocks. How many stairs does it have? Don't forget to explain your answers. This one's tricky. It has multiple layers and multiple questions.
Steps, yes.
So if you're a kindergartner working with your family, you might stop at that first question.
Correct.
If you think you've got it, challenge yourself. Move on to the next.
Yeah.
So definitely use those as your guide and continue to challenge yourself if able to do so.
All right, our journal prompt of the day. We're making a new holiday.
We are.
Right.
Boys and girls, create a new holiday. What would this holiday celebrate? How would you celebrate it? Would there be any special food or symbols for your holiday?
We just had St. Patrick's Day. We just had April Fool's Day, right?
So, April Fool's Day was yesterday.
So what other kinds of holidays do we already have? We have like Christmas and Kwanzaa and Valentine's Day.
But we also have holidays where we celebrate famous people.
Yes, Martin Luther King.
President's Day.
Yes. So holidays.
Cesar Chavez.
Yes.
That's coming up. Oh, that just happened. Not too recently.
Cinco de Mayo, though, will be coming up.
Absolutely. So some things to think about. Remember, click on the description below to see what the writing recommendations are for your grade.
All right, our story for the day is Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. Judith Vorst, illustrated by Ray Cruz.
Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day by Judith Vorst, illustrated by Ray Cruz.
I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair. And when I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on the skateboard, and by mistake, I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running, and I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day.
No bananas. At breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray car kit in his breakfast cereal box, and Nick found a junior undercover agent code ring in his breakfast cereal box. But in my breakfast cereal box, all I found was breakfast cereal. I think I'll move to Australia.
In the carpool, Mrs. Gibson let Becky have a seat by the window. Audrey and Elliot got seats by the window too. I said I was being scrunched. I said I was being smushed. I said, if I don't get a seat by the window, I'm going to be carsick. No one even answered. I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day.
I hate those days. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture of the sailboat better than my picture of the invisible castle. At singing time, she said I sing too loud. At counting time, she said I left out 16. Who needs 16? I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day.
I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said that Philip Parker was his best friend and that Albert Moyo was his next best friend and that I was only his third best friend. I hope you sit on a tack, I said to Paul.
Oh.
I hope the next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone, the ice cream part falls off the cone part and lands in Australia.
That's not very kind.
No.
Mm-mm. All right. There were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds, and Paul's mother gave him a piece of jelly roll that had little coconut sprinkles on the top. Guess whose mother forgot to put in dessert? It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day.
That's what it was, because after school, my mom took us all to the dentist, and Dr. Fields found a cavity just in me. Come back next week and I'll fix it, said Dr. Fields. Next week, I said. I'm going to Australia.
Everybody goes to Australia.
Yep.
On the way downstairs, the elevator door closed on my foot. And
Ouch.
while we were waiting for my mom to go get the car, Anthony made me fall where it was muddy. And then I started crying because of the mud. Nick said I was a crybaby. And
While I was punching Nick for saying crybaby, my mom came back with the car and scolded me for being muddy and fighting. I am having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I told everybody. No one even answered.
he should have followed our expectations.
Yes. He did not use the stop, walk, and talk.
Nope. So then we went to the shoe store to buy some sneakers. Anthony chose white ones with blue stripes. Nick chose red ones with white stripes. I chose blue ones with red stripes. But then the shoe man said, we're all sold out. They made me buy plain old white ones, but they can't make me wear them.
When we picked up my dad at his office, he said I couldn't play with his copying machine, but I forgot. He also said to watch out for the books on his desk, and I was careful as could be, except for my elbow. He also said don't fool around with his phone, but I think I called Australia. My dad said, please don't pick him up anymore. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day.
There were lima beans for dinner, and I hate limas. There was kissing on TV. I hate kissing.
My bath was too hot. I got soap in my eyes. My marble went down the drain, and I had to wear my railroad train pajamas. I hate my railroad train pajamas.
When I went to bed, Nick took back the pillow he said I could keep, and the Mickey Mouse nightlight burned out, and I bit my tongue. The cat wants to sleep with Anthony, not with me. It has been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. My mom says some days are like that.
Even in Australia.
Oh, man, Mrs. Leonard. That was a good story, and it was a good reminder to follow our behavior expectations, even when we're having a bad day.
Yeah. And even at home.
Even at home, boys and girls.
All right. Our joke for the day from yesterday. What do you call two guys hanging on a curtain?
Kurt and Rod. Funny.
All right, our joke for today. What time would it be if Godzilla came to school? What time would it be if Godzilla came to school?
If you think you know the answer, tell someone in your house, give them your best guess, and together talk about it. Decide who's right. Maybe you're both right. Tune in tomorrow to see if you're correct.
Yep. Don't forget, LBE Tigers are
present at home school, always respectful, willing to work, and stay safe. Have a great day.